The Battle of Dalan Baljut wasn't just a clash of armies, it was a collision of eras. It was the twilight of an old world and the dawn of a new one. And that new world would change the course of history. The legacy of Dalan Baljut is twofold. It gave Genghis Khan his scars and his resolve, and it left Jamuka staring at a fading horizon, burdened by the ghosts of his choices. Now let's address the elephant in the room. History books love to paint Jamuka as a villain, and sure, boiling 70 guys alive is pretty messed up. But here's the thing, war is messy, victories can be brutal. Remember that in the 1100s, warfare wasn't exactly a gentleman's tea party. In fact, it was way crueler. But what sets Jamuka apart isn't just his ruthlessness, it's his mindset. You see, Jamuka is the living embodiment of old-school thinking, a throwback to a time when birth and status meant everything. He believes in the tried and tested, the way things have always been done. He's a stickler for rules and traditions, and to him, change is scary. Now, don't get me wrong, stability and tradition have their place. They provide a sense of continuity, a roadmap that generations have followed. But Jamuka takes it too far. He doesn't adapt. He doesn't evolve. He sticks to outdated ways of doing things, and in a world that's constantly changing, that's a weakness. Think of it like this. Back in the day, BlackBerry ruled the smartphone game. They had this cool vibe, sleek designs, a loyal following, but they stuck to their old ways. They missed the bigger picture, the shift towards apps, touchscreens, and social media. Meanwhile, Apple, Samsung, and Google hopped on the new trends and boom, BlackBerry got left behind. That's Jamuka for you, stuck in his own success, blind to the winds of change. His failure to adapt, to learn from his opponents, and to accept new ideas is what sealed his fate. He clung to outdated beliefs and missed the bigger picture. And then there's Temujin. Now history tends to lionize him, and rightly so. He went from underdog to conquering hero, but let's take a step back and analyze his strategy. At the Battle of Dalan Baljut, he lost. His army took a beating. Sure, he managed to escape, but that's hardly a victory. So why is he the one who turned the tables? Because he had something Jamuka lacked, adaptability. After that defeat, Temujin didn't wallow. He didn't blame fate or the gods. He analyzed his loss, learned from it, and adapted. He fine-tuned his strategies, revamped his leadership, and reached out to new allies. He embraced change, whether it was about how he led his army, how he governed his lands, or how he viewed the world. And that flexibility paid off big time. But here's where things get really interesting. Despite his early defeat, Temujin's force actually outnumbered Jamuka's. You'd think numbers would make all the difference, but they didn't. This goes to show that numbers aren't everything in war. Tactics, strategy, leadership, and morale matter just as much, if not more. A bigger force doesn't guarantee victory. Just ask any coach or captain who has had a team with star players that just doesn't click. So let's talk tactics. How did Jamuka's superior numbers fail to deliver a knockout blow? Well, one reason could be the terrain. Imagine you're playing American football in a tight stadium. Your team has more players, but your opponents are using the crowd to their advantage. Every play seems like a gamble. The odds are stacked against you. That's kind of what Temujin's army faced. The Mongol steppe is vast and open, which favors swift, mobile forces. Temujin's army likely used hit-and-run tactics, quick strikes, and lightning retreats, making it tough for Jamuka's larger force to land a solid hit. Plus, size isn't everything in combat. Agility, speed, and strategy can level the playing field. Temujin's army was probably better trained, more disciplined, and more motivated. Soldiers who fight as a team, who trust their comrades, and have a clear objective can accomplish amazing feats even when they're outnumbered. It's a testament to the power of teamwork, strategy, and sheer grit. It reminds us that in the game of war, just like in life, it's not the size that matters, but how you use what you've got. But let's shift our focus a bit to the man at the helm, Jamuka himself. What kind of leader was he? How did his style impact the battle? To answer that, let's delve into the heart of leadership. Charisma, competence, and shared values are essential for forging a powerful alliance, but Jamuka seemed to have missed the memo. Let's start with his relationship with Temujin. They once shared a deep bond, a brotherhood forged in hardship and dreams. But Jamuka failed to nurture that bond. As they grew, their paths diverged. While Jamuka clung to tradition, Temujin charted a new course. Instead of embracing Temujin's fresh ideas, Jamuka labeled him a traitor, forgetting that loyalty is earned, not demanded. That single misstep created a rift that would shatter their alliance. Then there's Jamuka's relationship with his troops. He likely expected blind obedience, valuing rank and loyalty over initiative and results. In a fast-paced, dynamic world, that approach was a fatal flaw. He couldn't inspire his soldiers to push beyond their comfort zones to embrace innovation and risk. Instead, he pushed them towards complacency, stifling creativity and initiative. This lack of openness likely demoralized his troops, making them less willing to take risks, strategize, or adapt. It's hard to rally troops when they don't feel valued or heard. But let's zoom out a bit. What about Jamuka's grand strategy? Was he aiming for domination, expansion, or maybe just maintaining the status quo? His goals, or lack thereof, played a significant role in the battle. If he wanted more land, more resources, or more power, he might have adopted a different strategy. But Jamuka's mindset was more conservative. He was content with what he had and resistant to change. He missed out on opportunities for growth, both personally and for his people. Instead, he focused on defending what he already had, making him reactive instead of proactive. In essence, Jamuka was a casualty of his own rigidity. He clung to outdated ways of thinking and doing, failing to adapt to the changing times. His tactics, strategy, and leadership style were ill-suited for the challenges they faced. It's a cautionary tale for leaders everywhere, a reminder that clinging to the past can have disastrous consequences. As for the aftermath, well, that's a story for another time. Jamuka's story doesn't end at Dalan Baljut. His journey is a testament to the unpredictable nature of history. His loss paved the way for Temujin's rise. And who knows how things might have unfolded if Jamuka had one. History is a tapestry woven with countless threads. Battles are just one strand in that rich fabric. The real story lies in the choices, the decisions, and the leadership that shaped the course of history. From personal rivalries to shifting alliances, every thread contributes to the intricate pattern of our past. So remember, it's not just about who won or lost. It's about why they won or lost and how that fits into the grand scheme of things.